You know what I just while you were talking, I saw a Merlin attack another Merlin, and the one Merlin like puffed out its throat and it looked all white, almost like in anger, and then it and they just went off to the west. So I think they were migrants. Weird.
Hmm.
Wow.
I got a
That's-
monarch cruising by me right now, monarch. You know, it's funny, the Merlin that I had this morning, it gave like the way I found it was I was looking offshore and there's a dead locust tree, like nice snags, um, and I actually heard it giving like almost like chirping sounds, and I was like, "What is that?" And I turned around, and it's like I've heard them make that sound before when they're interacting, sort of like you're talking about, Al. Those
Mhm.
wondered if maybe there was a second one around that I just never saw.
You guys are out in sort of, or may have visited some of the Eastern hawk watching sites and that I've kind of never been to, like Hawk Mountain and some of the others. But when one of the sites that here in Ontario that I used to go to called Grimsby Hawk Watch, they would put like a plastic great horned owl on a post. I
Oh
don't know if
yeah.
that's something that's been done elsewhere. And then the Merlins, oh, every new Merlin that went by would attack it, and the other
Yep.
birds would just, would leave it alone. It's like Merlins are the jerks of the bird world. They're just like,
Absolutely. That was why, remember, that's why I said it's like my top reincarnation bird is because they just look like they have a hell of a good time and nobody really can touch them. They're on the move.
funny
Ah.
squirrel cuckoo.
I had a couple cuckoos this morning, and they've been hard to come
Oh, wow.
by.
Yellow-billed, I guess,
Yeah,
or
yellow
do you
billed.
you don't get black-billed? Yeah.
We do,
I
but
get
they
either.
they were,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yep.
I think George was mentioning that the olive side flycatcher, and I was talking to him yesterday about olive side flycatcher, and I think that black-billed cuckoo might also fall in this category. I think then when they migrate, they just go long, nonstop migrations, like, without stopping, so that you don't see very many of them migration, even though they're actually quite abundant. In particular, the flycatcher is actually very common in the parts of Canadian forest. And the fact that you just don't see them that much as migrants south of where they breed suggests to me that they're just flying over everybody. And I wonder if
It's more
black-billed
behavioral
cuckoo
that you
does that.
don't.
Yeah.
That would make
Mm-hmm.
sense. Like I would say they're kind of detected almost at almost kind of equal levels in our region.
And they're both going to South America, so they're both really like
Right.
strong flyers and the whole thing. So, if, definitely if a blackpoll warbler can make these flights, either one of those other two can be doing that kind of thing, but they're just probably not studied as well, I would say. My guess. I like how everybody's looking up in the sky as we're talking. Like,
I know. Yeah, we were saying we're recording video for this too. We'll see if that ever sees the light of day, but it's just us looking in different directions.
yeah,
Ugh.
it's like the classic birding, when you're a bunch of birders outside talking. I'm sure Molly, your wedding was like that. Like everybody was looking everywhere, which way, and if somebody had videotaped it from the outside, they would have said, "These people have some kind of strange,
Social.
behavioral issue, right?"
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes, that would be called birding. Um,
it'd be called
yep.
birding.
Luckily, it was so cold. I think activity was down, and everybody was just waiting for the ceremony to be over. But that's all right.